So let's talk about the families of instruments in the orchestra. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. Instruments, just like people, have certain characteristics that where you know that they're part of the same family. This is my sister, and this is me. Now, if you put us side by side, you'll tell we are from the same family. We both have similar hair, color, we have brown eyes, we have similar noses, we have very certain or very closely related face shapes. So you can tell we're from the same family. But if you look closely, you'll notice that we are also not the same person. While we both have brown hair, I have darker hair than she does. Our eyes are not completely the same. Her nose is a little thinner than mine. My sister's much more artistic, although you can't tell in this picture. Um, I'm much more musical. Again, can't tell in this picture. But again, you see, while we're still from the same family, we have very similar things about us. We are also not the same person, just like instruments. For instance, the woodwind family have things that make them all part of the woodwinds. For instance, woodwind instruments have lots of keys. They also use a reed or air to create sound. Brass instruments also use air to create sound, but they have valves instead of keys. Like they have three valves or even a slide like a trombone. And they do use air to create sound, but instead of using a reed or blowing across a hole or for a mouthpiece like a flute, you buzz your lips into a mouthpiece that goes into the instrument. Now, when I'm talking about buzzing, it's kind of like doing the raspberries. Now, before you start making noise, because I know you're going to want to, let me explain it first. Because I'm going to let you, but let me explain. So, what you do is kind of like the raspberries, but you're going to make your lips a little thinner. Now, based on how thin I make my lips or how fat I make my lips, will change how fast the vibration happens on your lips. So I'm going to let you try right now. Go ahead and buzz your lips. Okay. That's enough. Again, you might get a chance to do it sometime later. But right now, we're going to move on to strings. I wonder what a stringed instrument might need to be able to be part of the string family. Huh. Oh, I know. Strings. Strings must be strummed, plucked, or bowed in order to create sound. Strumming, like a guitar, plucked, like a harp or a banjo, and bowed. Now, if you've ever seen a violin, a cello, viola, or string bass, you will notice a bow. That's that long stick that you kind of scrape along the strings and it makes the sound. That's what a bow is. Percussion instruments, that's what we have mostly in our classroom, our percussion instruments. Not mostly, all the instruments in our classroom are percussion instruments, aside from the electric piano. Now, the electric piano is not part of the four families of instruments, it's a completely different type of instrument. And a percussion instrument can be pitched or non pitched. A pitched percussion instrument can create a melody when played. A non pitched instrument can just play, it makes the sound. So a pitched percussion instrument is like this metallophone right here. So you can hear it would be da 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 da. That's a melody that you can sing along to. Percussion instruments that are non pitched play a rhythm but not a melody, like this hand drum. Percussion instruments can be strung, or struck rather, shaken, or scraped to produce sound. Now, this is the inside of my piano at home. Now, when you watch this, I want you to pay careful attention because there are hammers inside the piano that hit those strings, and that's what makes that beautiful sound. And that is why a piano is a percussion instrument. A percussion instrument that is shaken is like these maracas right here. A percussion instrument that is scraped is like this güiro.